Hi guys, this is John here. Now in this section, we are going to understand a very important concept as an entrepreneur, which you must know, is whether your company is going to be a product company or is it going to be a service company. So let us look at this with a few examples, and that's the best way to understand this. So first, I'm going to take the example of a company called Drona Aviation. We saw Drona in the naming section. Now, Drona Aviation makes drones. So let's go ahead and look at their website and see what they do. So this is Drona's website, and as you see, they have some products called Pluto X and Pluto 1.2. These are the names given to their product, which are these drones. So Drona Aviation is a product company which builds drones. Now, why is it a product? Because once they build these drones, they are able to sell these drones to customers. Whereas, in contrast, there is another company called Wecan Education, which basically takes Drona's drones and offers training programs. So they are a training partner with Drona. They take Drona's drones and they conduct courses on drones. They conduct these courses for students. So let us look at this fundamental difference here. So let us say I am a student. Now Drona Aviation builds drones and sells this to the student as a product. Whereas we have a company called Wecan Education who takes the drones from Drona and then conducts a training program for students, and this is a service. So the fundamental difference between a product and a service is a product is something that you directly give to somebody. A service is a concept where a person gives an output to another person using a product. Now let's look at this in a little more detail. Now let us say I have a washing machine, and when I sell a washing machine directly to a customer, that makes it a product. Whereas if I have my different washing machines and I am taking clothes from a customer, I take clothes, I wash those clothes, and I give those clothes back, and I charge some money for that, then that makes it a service. This is another example. Let's look at a third example. Have you heard of this company called Swiggy? Now, what does Swiggy do? Swiggy, let's say you have a restaurant which is cooking food. So you as a customer, when you order food on Swiggy, the delivery boy goes to the restaurant, picks up the food and delivers it back to you. So can you tell me, is this a product or is it a service? This is a service. Let's look at another example. Let's look at the case of Eduvance. Now, Eduvance provides training programs using what we call as Arduino boards. So the way it works is you have a student and Eduvance appoints their own trainers. Now these trainers go to the student, but they buy a product which is the Arduino board. You can Google an Arduino board. So the trainers at Eduvance, they buy the Arduino board, and using the Arduino board, they provide a training program to the student. So can you tell me if this is a product or a service? This is a service. Let's look at another platform. Let us look at a platform called as Enabler. Now what does Enabler do? Now let us say you are a student and you want to build your own AR or VR app. When I say an app, I mean a mobile app. So what Enabler does is, Enabler gives you a software platform where you as a student, you can go to the software platform, you can use it, configure it, and it builds your application. And for that, Enabler charges you some money in the form of a subscription. Means you pay a monthly fee. Now, can you guys tell me if this is a product or a service? In this case, it's a product because here there is no physical person who is building this app for you. It is an automated software which is doing it. So this is still a product. Let's look at another example. Let's get back to Eduvance. Now Eduvance, what they do is, they teach students on how to build AR and VR apps. So Eduvance goes to Enabler and buys the subscription, and using the licenses that Enabler has given Eduvance, the trainer from Eduvance will then deliver the training program to the student and charge some money for that training program. So what do you think, guys? Is this a product or is this a service? This is a service. Okay. Let's look at another example. Here, I'm going to take you to Enabler's website and let's look at their products. Now with Enabler, you can see that they have some products here. Let's look at this product in particular, which is called as a DIY hologram kit. So you can click on this and understand what it does. But interestingly, what this is a hologram kit which helps students see holograms. So you can directly buy this. Now, interestingly, the way this works is, you have your hologram kit, which is made by Enabler. Now, if you are a student and you want to learn about holograms, you will have to buy the hologram kit from Enabler, and also you will have to buy the software from Enabler. So these are two different products from Enabler. So this makes Enabler a product company, whereas this makes Eduvance a service company. and this makes Swiggy a service company. This makes Drona Aviation a product company because they sell drones. This makes Wecan Education a service company because they give training programs. So I hope you guys understood the difference between a product and a service. Now there are other classifications as well, but for now let's keep it simple for you guys so that you all can understand the difference between a product and a service there. Now as an exercise, I want you to think, if these companies are product or service, look at Ola, look at Uber. Now, are they a product or service? I want you to think about companies such as Apple, whether they are product or service, Samsung, whether they are product or service. So think of these examples, and now that you've started your own company, you have to also answer whether you are going to be providing a product or a service. Okay? So I will see you guys in the next section. Thank you.